Let's go ahead and do a fresh crack here of these 4 brand new bottles I've never tried before and see which one you should be saving up your dollar hairs to go ahead and buy. Stick around for this one. Welcome back to Capitol Bourbon, everyone. My name is Steven. On today's special video, we're going to be doing a fresh crack here of 4 brand new bottles I've never tried before and I bought over the past few months here. I just haven't got the chance yet to go around and open it up and trying out. And yeah, I've never tried any of these bottles yet before. Our first bottle here is the Catoctin Rye Whiskey coming out of 92 proof. And it does say single barrel here, which is something that's pretty interesting. I ended up trying this one at the HC store. There was a local rep there giving out free samples. And I ended up trying the rye, the bourbon, as well as I believe the hot honey one. However, I thought the rye was the best one there, and I think came in at a higher proof point. And I did see that it was a single barrel, and I did ask the rep if that was actually true, and if it was actually, single barrel, barrel to barrel, or bottle to bottle. And he actually wasn't really sure, but I thought it was pretty good, at least the one that I tried. So I decided to pick it up and give it a shot here. It does say that it's a Distiller's Edition Rye Whiskey, so hopefully it's pretty good. Never chill filtered as well. Last time I tried it was a few months ago at the ABC store there, so hopefully it's still as good as I remember and worth it. Our next one here is one that's been making its way around the bourbon community, which is coming from still Austin down in Texas. And this is the cask strength bourbon whiskey. A lot of good things talk about this one here. It does say on the back here, aged at least 2 years, which kind of makes a little bit of sense there. I know in Texas, they do age whiskey a lot faster than they do in Kentucky, Tennessee, as well as any of the other states kind of in that vicinity. So yeah, a lot of people talk a lot of good things about still Austin, the cask strength one. When I was up in Michigan, they actually had this at the Total Wine for a pretty good price. And I never see it here in Virginia or really that much in DC or Maryland. So decided to pick it up, ship it back home for me. Excited to finally give this one a try. It's been sitting on my shelves there. I've just been wanting to crack it open for one of these reasons. And decided, this is probably that perfect video to finally go ahead and crack it open. So let's go ahead and do that. Coming on our left here, we do have an Evan Williams single barrel. This one's 2015 here. Against a single barrel coming out 86.6 proof. And this one here says barreled on January 8th of 2015 and bottled on March 18th of 2024. So that makes it about a 9-year and 2-month whiskey, maybe a 9-year, 2-month and 10-day-old whiskey. Check my math on that. But yeah, excited for this one. A lot of people rave about the Evan Williams single barrel here. And they say 2015 was an exceptional year actually for the Evan Williams single barrel. So really excited to try that one, crack it open and see how it is. I'm not a huge fan of Evan Williams and what they kind of have to offer. I think I just prefer a different little palette there, different little flavors. Something that's not super peanutty and earthy, which I usually get from Evan Williams, and also a lot of Jim Beam products. But yeah, found this one for I believe $35 around there, which is a good price for this bottle and what it should really be. So yeah, excited to crack it open and try that one. And finally, we do have a heavy hit here. This here is the Jack Daniel's single barrel proof bourbon here, or whiskey, sorry. It's coming at 131.9 proof. And not every ABC store in Virginia sells this one, so I did have to go around finding them. And I did want something over 130, so once I saw 131.9 proof, I had to get it and have to try it out now. And I do love my Jack Daniel's here, so really excited that this one's gonna be pretty good. And hopefully, at least it compares a little bit, at least to the 2024 Core Hill. That would be fantastic. Really excited to try this one, crack it open. I love the Jack Daniel's profile. And for this one, it does say the bottling date, which is May 29th of 2024. However, it doesn't say the barreling date. So we actually do not know the age on this guy. But I'm assuming it has to be around 6 to 8 years. Definitely a bit lower there than the Core Hills, which are now coming around 10 to probably 12 years. But yeah, probably not a lot of oak on this one. Probably more of that classic Jack Daniel's taste and flavor and profile on this one. But excited to finally crack this one open and give it a try. But before we get into it, please do not forget to like, comment, subscribe. That helps the channel grow significantly and helps me continue to make this type of content for you guys. And by the way, let me know down in the comments below if you prefer this type of content and how often you like to see this type of video of a random, hodgepodge of whiskeys and doing a quick review on these guys. Without further ado, let's go ahead and crack these guys open, give them a pour, see how they're on the nose, the palate, and then finally give them a ranking. All right, guys, that was a little bit of a struggle, but we finally got our bottles poured up here. We got them in mini Glencairns this time. On my right here, same order, we got the Catoctin, then we got the Still Austin, then Evan Williams, and then finally the Jack Daniel's here on the left. Let's just go ahead and start the Catoctin on the right. That is a rye, but I believe it's the lowest proof out of the bunch. Actually, no, the Evan Williams single barrel is the lowest proof of the bunch, but let's just go ahead and start from the right to the left this time. So yeah, Catoctin here, color definitely a bit light, 92 proof. Wouldn't expect too much more though. See how it's on the nose. Wow, bunch of rye spice from this one. Immediately, a little hints of chocolate too there as well. But yeah, a bunch of rice spice. Not too dilly, but a little bit more grassy, minty. Yeah, a bit more grassy, earthy, I would say on this one. Actually smells pretty good. Hints of chocolate. Yeah, actually a good amount of chocolate hint on this one, which I kind of enjoy. All right, let's see how it is on the palate. Okay, wow. That's interesting. That is hitting me in a different way that pretty much no other rye has hit me before. A lot of chocolate on that one. A little chalky too. almost like a handful of almonds, coconut, almost like an almond joy. Almond joy, right? Chocolate, coconut, almonds. It's kind of what's hitting me like. Pretty interesting. Wow. Oh, it's just tonight. Wow, that's so interesting. Wow. Almond joy rye from Catoctin. Also orangey, like a candy, deep, rich orange slice. Wow. That's so interesting. That's so intriguing. That's surprising. I do not remember it tasting like that at all. That's so good. Candy, sweetness, almond joy, not much rice spice, citrus. So good. Wow. This is so surprising. That's a fantastic little bottle of whiskey right there. Let's try it one more time. Let's give it a ranking. It's not high proof at all. 92 proof, drinks like 92 proof, but the flavors on that one, so pungent, so rich. Not too complex, not too deep, but the flavors are right on the nose, right on the palate, right on the tip of your tongue. Really, really good. I think for this one, it's lacking the mouthfeel, the finish, the lingeriness, but it's good flavors, really good flavors, really interesting flavors. So for this one, I'm gonna go ahead and give it an 84. Actually, an 85. Let's go with an 85. I think it's well above average there. The flavors on this one are just so interesting. But, it tastes like a finished whiskey, which it's not. It's a single barrel, so maybe my barrel is just better than other people's, but I do not remember tasting like this at all. That's mind blowing. That's really good. I'm giving it 85 for the flavors there. I'm going to be thinking about this one for a while. I could finish that glass right now. Okay, let's move on here, though, to the Still Austin Cask Strength Bourbon. See how it is on the nose. Color there, a little bit darker. Not too dark, but hoping a little bit darker there for Cask Strength, but let's see how it is on the nose. Hard to find anything there on the nose. It smells like ethanol. That's all I'm getting, really. Maybe a hint of caramel. Hard to find that on the nose, though. Nose does not smell like anything, to be honest. Let's go ahead and see how it is on the palate. Wow, that mid palate there, something interesting. Beginning, caramel, oak, but that mid palate, I was getting something a little interesting there. Maybe like an apple cherry type of vibe. Let's give it one more shot, though. I'm going to focus on the mid palate this time. The finish, though, is pretty good. Caramel on the finish as well. But that mid palate, there was something special there. Let's go ahead and try it one more time. Yeah, I would say like a red apple. Kind of, I guess, a red delicious, very ripe apple. I'm getting there on the mid palate. It's bright. It's not deep, but it's bright, and it's really just for the mid palate. But on the beginning there, again, it's caramel oak. Mid palate is kind of this brighter, sweeter red apple, I would say. The finish is kind of long, I would say medium. The mouthfeel, again, kind of like a typical bourbon, not really anything fantastic on the mouthfeel, not creamy at all. But the finish is pretty good, I would say, and that's probably just coming from the cask strength, which actually, what proof is this guy? I don't think I saw it here on the front. Oh, it is 116 proof. Okay, so cask strength there. You gotta get age at least 2 years. That's pretty good to see. And it looks like it is Master Blender Nancy Farley, which is also, Joseph Magnus, which is honestly one of my favorite brands of whiskey out there. So, wow, okay, it's great to see she's involved with Still Austin now. I think I have known that, but I just didn't put the connections together. But yeah, this one's pretty good too. I'm gonna go ahead and give this Still Austin Cask Strength Bourbon here. I'm gonna give it an 81. It's pretty good. I would say it's a little bit above average there compared to other whiskeys in terms of its flavor as well as its finish. It does linger on there for quite a bit. It's pretty solid bourbon cask strength. I would go for this every day to start, my high proof kind of whiskey palate. Definitely one that I enjoy and would come back to. For it being aged at least only 2 years, that's fantastic. The kind of, flavor and the complexities that they're getting on this one. So really like that one. I think 81 is pretty appropriate for that one. So let's go ahead and move on to our next one here, which is the Evan Williams single barrel. So let's go ahead and try it on the nose. Yeah, classic Evan Williams, little peanut shell, earthy. Yeah, not too pungent on the nose, which is a little bit surprising there, but it is lower proof at coming in at, what was the proof again? Something 80, right? Coming at 86.6 proof, definitely a bit lower. So not too many flavors on the nose. Kind of just that earthy caramel bourbon smell from Jack Daniels. Whoops, I spilled that everywhere. But, without further ado, let's just go ahead and see how it is on the palate. Okay, cheers. I mean, I'm getting grass, earth, a little bit of peanut. It's insanely watery, though. It's really water. It tastes like literally refreshing. Like I'm drinking a bottle of water. For me, this is not it. It's insanely watery. There's no viscosity. There's no mouthfeel. There's no finish. You just get a little bit of punch, a little hint of flavor there right in the beginning. Like you're just kind of taking a quick shot, and that's it. Let's give it another sip, though. See how it is. On that sip, the flavors did last for a little bit longer. But again, it's watery to me. Maybe just for what I prefer. This Edward Williams single barrel is quite disappointing, actually. I don't know. Again, maybe it's my barrel. It is a single barrel again. But this one is really disappointing, to be honest. I'm going to go ahead and give this one a 65. No, I'm going to give it a 62. It's not that good. I would not reach for this one ever, I think. I think this one is something I would put in an affinity barrel or kind of give away to a friend that might be newer into bourbon and someone that kind of likes that lower proof, kind of maybe, watery flavors. But For me, this one is something I would not reach again. I don't want to try again, but let's go ahead and give it one more shot though. Peanut Earth, grass, gone. There's no linger, no finish. Again, mouth, water. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of this one. I'm gonna go ahead and give it a 60 score in the 60s, which, is definitely subpar there, but, not terrible. I could definitely drink this though. If I was giving it at a party, at a house or something like that, I would definitely drink it and have a smile on my face and not complain too much at least. But I would probably look for another drink, maybe a beer after that. I think a Bud Light probably has more flavor and tastes a little bit better than that. So let's go ahead and move on to our Jack Daniel's single barrel proof here. And this one coming out 131.6. I got prepared for a little bit, definitely a bit higher there. Let's see how it is. Definitely the darkest though on the color, by far darkest on the color out of these four here. Let's see how it is on the nose. Not getting much on the nose. A bunch of ethanol though. A little bit of peanut, a little bit of little bit of caramel. Yeah, not too much on the nose here. Let's go ahead and just see how it is on the palate. Nose is a little disappointing. See how it is on the palate. Typical Jack Daniels. A little banana, a little peanut. It is good. It is a pour that I would go to quite often, actually. The mouthfeel there is, I would say, probably medium. You do get a little bit of creaminess. It does coat your tongue there just a little bit. The finish, though, I would say is also medium. Not as short, not nearly as short here, right, as the Edwin Williams single barrel, but yeah, I would say probably medium. It's good. You're getting kind of a deep, rich flavor there. Caramel, toffee, peanut, brown sugar, a little bit of cherry maybe. Kind of, again, the typical Jack Daniels profile, Jack Daniels flavor is what I'm getting off of this one. 131.9 proof. It's pretty good again, but, does it even come close to any of the Coy Hills? 2021, absolutely not. Different game, different universe, absolutely not. 2024, absolutely not. Again, you're on a different planet, different solar systems. If you're craving a Jack Daniels profile and flavor, and maybe you want to get, I would say 70% of the way there to Coy Hill 2024, this would be a good option for that. But for me, it doesn't come close. It is good bourbon though. It is good bourbon. Let's give it one more shot though. On that time, a little bit better. More brown sugar, more caramel. The more you drink each one of these, I think the better it gets. Maybe because you're going back to back for each of them. But this one's getting a little bit better there. A little more caramel, a little more brown sugar. I think it's pretty much getting you 70% of the way there to Coy Hill, which is pretty good, honestly, because Coy Hill is just on another level. But, for me, it's just missing something there. If you're into that Jack Daniels profile, this is probably the one for you, just a lot more elevated. For me, it's missing something, though, a little bit more on that kind of deepness, mouthfeel, finish, complexity. I think it's good pour bourbon there, good pour Tennessee whiskey. But again, to these other ones, I think I'd probably prefer the Catoctin or the Still Austin compared to the barrel proof here from Jack Daniel's. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and stick with a 77 for that one. Alright guys, well that does it for this video. I hope you enjoyed that quick review here for brand new bourbons and whiskeys that I've never tried before and I did a fresh crack today. We had some real good bangers today, but we also had a little whiskeys that were disappointing, probably the Edwin Williams and the Jack Daniels. I was expecting a little bit more from the Jack Daniels here, but nonetheless, I enjoyed this one. I hope you guys enjoyed this one too. Please do not forget to like, comment, subscribe down below. That helps the channel grow significantly. It helps continue to motivate me to make content for you guys. So really appreciate that a ton. And without further ado, guys, I hope you enjoy your holidays. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year's. Cheers. I'll see you guys in the new year. Thank you.